Rory Mcilroy responds to former agent's suggestion that he may sign with LIV Golf. The Ulsterman, who has softened his stance on the Saudi-backed league in recent months, smiled at the question. On Wednesday, Rory Mcilroy responded with a smile to a question about the possibility of joining LIV Golf in the future. Despite the light-hearted tone of his answer, it carried significance given his past outspoken criticism of LIV Golf. McIlroy, a four-time major champion, had been a vocal critic before adjusting his stance this year in response to the evolving landscape of the sport. The inquiry arose from remarks made by his former agent, Chubby Chandler, implying that McIlroy could potentially move to LIV Golf. "I think he's writing a book, so there is that," said McIlroy at PGA National, site of this week's Cognizant, formerly Honda, Classic in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. "I spoke to Chubby, might have saw him in the Middle East at the start of the year. Never know. He might know a few things. Who knows?" Asked about Chandler's comments that there was a good chance he would go and was it even at 10%, McIlroy said, smiling, somewhere in the middle maybe, who knows," adjusting his stance this year in response to the evolving landscape of the sport. The inquiry arose from remarks made by his former agent, Chubby Chandler, implying that McIlroy could potentially move to LIV Golf. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the news in the world of golf and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. McIlroy has detailed his schedule for the PGA Tour and DP World Tour for the year. Notably, LIV Golf's 54-man roster is already complete for 2024, and the league is currently hosting its third event this week in Jeddah. The recent moves by Ryder Cup teammates Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton seem to have softened McIlroy's views, according to Chandler, who recently did an interview with bunker.co.uk. "If you were being cynical, you might say he's going to sign for about £750 million in a month's time with LIV because he's paving the way that LIV's okay now, whereas it wasn't," Chandler said. "Who knows? He doesn't need £750 million, but it's odd what he's done and I'm sure it's a possibility. If he does it or not, I don't know, but if Rahm can do it, most guys can do it. I think number one, there's a 10% possibility he's favoring his way to sign for LIV, but he realizes that the whole bickering and fighting is no good for golf. The man in the street must find it appalling the sums of money being spoken." Earlier this year, McIlroy expressed the belief that the golfing community should unite. He has put forth the idea of a world tour, featuring events outside of the PGA Tour, and has shown openness to welcoming players back to the PGA Tour.